Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to lecture 62 of Management Science subject. So, in the previous class, we have discussed about the concept of marketing strategies. Okay, so the marketing mix. What is a marketing mix, and how do you calculate the marketing mix? Right, based upon the marketing strategies. Today, in this class, we'll discuss about the product life cycle. So, what is the meaning of product life cycle, and what are the things that should be understand why designing a product? So, this topic we'll discuss in the class. At the same time, we are having a small topic that is the concept of performance management. The concept of performance management, right? Okay. So, we are discussing this product life cycle concept, marketing strategies based upon the product life cycle, PLC. And also we are having other topic that is PLA. Product life cycle is one thing, and product life assessment. Product life cycle means, so if you design a product for some application, what is the life cycle of the product? For example, if you are purchasing a tablet, so if you see the tablet backside, you can see the price, right? You can see the manufacturing date, and you can see the expiry date. So the life cycle of the tablet is 1 year, right? In the same way, for perishable goods, you can see those types of manufacturing date and expiry date. But what about the other components like plastic components, steel materials like this? So we are also having some sort of life, right, given to the any product, but it depends upon the physical properties, chemical properties, thermal properties, and so on. And the other topic, so already we have completed the channels of distribution. Next, operational change through performance management. In every organization, we require this performance management, right? So we'll discuss these topics now. Then, what is the meaning of product life cycle, PLC, right? So the products have limited life. Here, the products have the limited life. The product sales pass through distinct stages. What happens here? The sales should pass through distinct stages here. 1 second. Yes, if you see the product sales, this is having, it has to pass through various stages, pass the various stages of life. So whenever you are purchasing a product, so you'll ask for the genuinity, the warranty, and the guarantee. So the stages each passing different challenges, opportunities, and problems to the seller, right? The product sales must pass through distinct stages, each pass through different challenges to the seller, right? So you say that our product is excellent than other product. So there is a challenge and the opportunities, how you are getting to sell the product. And also you are getting some problems related to the product also. For all the things you have to be aware, right? For all the things you have to be aware of it before selling any product. Next, profits rise and fall. Okay, the profits rise and fall at different stages of product life cycle. So if you see any perishable goods like fruits, so take an example of fruits తీసుకుందాం. In the fruits what happen, so when the fruits are in very good condition and when the fruits are in any normal condition, good condition, right? So the seller will say dozen apples, or for 100 rupees you are getting 3 apples. So whenever after 2 days, whenever the sales are going normally, after 2 days or 3 days, when apples are changing the colors or the apples are getting ripened, then he will say for 100 rupees, I will give 6 apples. So like this, the profits, right? The profits rise and fall at different stages of product life cycle. So that's why if you see your garments also, your garments also, whenever they are getting directly from the factory, right? Whenever they are at good condition, whenever they are manufactured latest date, so they will sell at very high price. So the MRP is 750. So they will start from 750. But if you got it 300 rupees, so they will sell the garments from 750 till the time goes on, like 3 months, 6 months. If the garments are not going outside, they will say 50% discount or 30% discount. They will keep some profit, right? The profit may be less than they will purchase the items. Next, there are 4 phases, right? Keep in mind there are 4 phases identified in the product life cycle. Okay, there are mainly 4 phases in the product life cycle to identify. First one is introduction phase, growth phase, maturity phase, and decline phase. Okay, decline phase. So some other phases are added depends upon the product. So in the maturity and the decline, you are having saturation. Okay, saturation phase అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. Now this is the introduction phase, this is a growth phase, maturity phase, and decline phase. Okay, now if you see a simple graph by showing x-axis in the x-axis time and y-axis in the sales, right? So if you are taking the 2 categories, that is time in x-axis and sales in the y-axis, then see the graph how it changes. So for the introduction of the product, it takes some time, right? It takes some during time, right? Depends upon the x, right? Slowly, when the product is gaining the sales, slowly it is taking the growth, initial growth, how the products are getting. So you are having some graph up to here. So this is not an exact graph. When you come across any question, the exam, same graph I also just make a up and down, just like a mountain. Okay. Next, at certain period of time, for example, the time for this one is 2 months and next 1 month and rapid growth, you are having 3 months, maturity 1 month, right? Saturation 1 month, decline 1 month. So like this, the months also, the time also, you can depends upon the product sales. Next, for some rapid growth, it is making some rapid growth, and at some point it have some maturity. So this is a peak point for the sales. This is a peak point of the sales. After the sales, what happen? Other new product in the same company comes. Then what happens? It slowly takes some maturity level, right? Maturity level, and slowly it's getting saturated. Saturated. Why? Because all the customers know that the product is available in the market, right? Getting slowly saturated, and finally decline. Decline means it is not a negative way. It is saturated and it is end up. For example, if you see any electronic cell phones also, if you see your OnePlus, or if you see any Samsung Galaxy, so like this. So whenever there is a boom, whenever there is a boom, boon ante what you say, high demand. Whenever there is a boon for the product, so what happens, whenever they keep in the internet before 3 days or one day, immediately they will purchase the products. So like this, it's having the introduction, the early growth stage, rapid growth, maturity levels, and saturation levels, and finally decline level. So after 3 or 6 months, everyone know that Samsung Galaxy series is good thing. Okay, we can purchase it, right? So slowly it declines again. Next in the Samsung company, you are getting other model again, which starts the life cycle. So like this, every product which is success or failure, it is having a product life cycle, and also profits also. You are having a cyclic process. So initially you can sell with high price, right? So whenever you come to know that it is getting saturated, ఎప్పుడైతే మనకి డిమాండ్ తగ్గింది మార్కెట్లో, అందరూ కొంటున్నారు, ఆర్ ద పీపుల్ ఆర్ బయింగ్ అదర్ కంపెనీ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అని తెలిసినప్పుడు, then automatically you have to reduce the price. You should not go in a loss. You should reduce the price, you should reduce your profit. So initial days లో at this stage, so introduction stage and between the rapid growth, ఈ రెండు stages లో మీరు 100 రూపీస్కి 70 రూపీస్ ప్రాఫిట్ తీసుకున్నారు. ఫర్ 100 రూపీస్ ఐటమ్ యూ గాట్ 70 రూపీస్ ప్రాఫిట్. సో వెన్ అట్ పీక్ స్టేజ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు యూ కెన్ గెట్ 80 రూపీస్ ఆర్ 100కి 100 రూపీస్ ఆల్సో. బట్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గెటింగ్ డిక్లైన్, how it realizes you, whenever the other company's product is coming forward in the market and being a competition, whenever the other product is being in competition with your product, అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు రెడ్యూస్ ద ప్రాఫిట్. యూ షుడ్ నాట్ రెడ్యూస్ the growth. You have to reduce the profit, and you can say we can give for 30% discount, we can give for 10% discount. Then ఇక్కడ మీరు 70 రూపీస్ సంపాదించారు 100కి, ఇక్కడ 80 రూపీస్ సంపాదించారు. వెన్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ కమింగ్ టు ద సాచురేషన్ డిక్లైన్ స్టేజ్, ఒక 30 రూపీస్ 40 రూపీస్ తగ్గించుకోండి, నథింగ్ హ్యాపెన్స్, రైట్? సో 25 రూపీస్ తగ్గించుకోండి, నథింగ్ హ్యాపెన్స్. ఓకే, సో యూ కెన్ రెడ్యూస్ లైక్ దిస్ 25 రూపీస్. ఫైనల్లీ 20 రూపీస్ ప్రాఫిట్తో సేల్ చేసేయాలి. వై? బికాస్ నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ కమింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద మార్కెట్. Like that, you are having a life cycle for profits as well as a product, right? Now we'll discuss each and everything about this levels. So here saturation అనేది యాడ్ చేశారు. So you can add it or you cannot, you can ignore it. But here I said that introduction phase, growth phase, maturity phase, and decline phase. In between you're having saturation, so there is no problem. You can write or you can omit it. See here, the first one is the introductory phase or early growth phase. Okay, introductory phase. When the results of the usage of a product, start flowing in the market, and the results are encouraging, more and more buyers come forward to try. అంతే కదా? సో మీరు ఒక సెల్ ఫోన్ కొన్నారు, లేదంటే మీరు ఒక వాచ్ కొన్నారు, లేదంటే ఒక డ్రెస్ తీసుకున్నారు, ఒక బ్రాండ్ ఐటమ్ డ్రెస్. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ ద రిజల్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద యూసేజ్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ స్టార్ట్స్ ఫ్లోయింగ్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్, సో ఎప్పుడైతే మీరు కొన్న ప్రోడక్ట్కి మంచి అప్లాస్ వచ్చి స్టార్టింగ్ బాగుందని ఎప్పుడైతే మార్కెట్ జరుగుతుందో, రైట్? సో ఫ్లోయింగ్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్ అండ్ ద రిజల్ట్స్ ఆర్ ఎంకరేజింగ్. సో ఎప్పుడైతే రిజల్ట్స్ మీరు యూ కెన్ కీప్ ఇన్ యువర్ వాట్సాప్ ఆర్ ఫేస్బుక్ సంథింగ్, ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ గుడ్, రైట్? ఎంకరేజింగ్గా ఉన్నప్పుడు వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, more and more people will try to come forward and buy the product, right? So this is a positive talk on top. The sales revenue remains very low till this point of time. So up to this point, whenever the early growth starts, the sales revenue అనేది generally it will be very low at this condition. This is also a very critical stage as the manufacturer cannot avail the scale economies. So at this point of introductory phase, so we cannot predict that the sales may increase, the sales may decrease, right? This is a critical stage where the manufacturer cannot explain about the profit and loss. Next, second one, rapid growth. A new product enters into the stage of a rapid growth when it satisfied the needs of the customers. అంతే కదా. So if you see a small example, uh, so now it is rainy season. So if you want to go outside, winter season, if you want to go outside, somewhere you are seeing budgies వేస్తుంటారు ఎవరన్నా షాప్ వాళ్ళు వేడి వేడి budgies. So apart from budgies, he will make some vada, he will make some other pakodi, he will make some other chakodi, and he will keep in the basin. But majority of people will come and buy only the budgies. Why? Because those budgies are preparing in front of us, and they are preparing readily. So and the budgies are also in very hot condition. Then what they will do? So general people say వేసిన 10 నిమిషాల్లో బజ్జీలు సేల్స్ అయిపోయింది, వేసిన 10 minutes or 15 minutes you are having a rapid growth, rapid sales for the material. In the same way, if you see in the online services also, online business also, so the cell phones or TVs, so 2 days ముందు నుంచి మార్కెటింగ్ చేస్తారు. 2 days ముందు నుంచి they will be advertisement that we will open so and so date, so that the cell phones will be started selling in the online. So before doing this process, the 2-3 days నుంచి ఏం జరుగుతుంది? Only marketing. So and so date, the Flipkart will open so and so material, so that you have to purchase in that date. Then all the people will get ready for the purchase of the items. So whenever the date is open, whenever on the date, particular time, it is open, the link is open, then every people start purchasing the product. So rapidly, within a span of 1 day or half day, all the cell phones will get purchased. So like this, a new product enters into the stage of rapid growth when it satisfies the needs of the customers. The sales start picking up, the repeat purchases, and by word of mouth publicity. అంతే కదా. So you are having various types of marketing strategies, right? Various types of advertising. Through cell phones, you can advertise. To word of mouth, you can advertise, right? Through physically having a phone in your hand, you can advertise. By seeing in the reviews also, you can see whether to purchase or not. Like this, the sales started growing, and the sales startup repeated purchases by the word of mouth publicity, coupled with continuous promotion outlay from the manufacturer's side. So manufacturer side నుంచి ఒక సైట్ ఆఫ్ మార్కెటింగ్ జరుగుతుంది, పర్చేజర్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక టైప్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిసిటీ జరుగుతుంది. సో ఏం చేస్తారు? సింపుల్గా రెస్టారెంట్ ఇస్ ఓపెన్ ఇన్ ఏ టౌన్. సో ఫ్రమ్ ద ఓనర్స్, ఫ్రమ్ ద రెస్టారెంట్ ఓనర్, he will do some sort of advertising, like వాట్ బ్యానర్స్ కట్టడం, టీవీలో యాడ్స్ చూపించడము, లేదంటే స్కూటర్కి ఆటో వెనకాల స్టిక్కర్స్ అంటించడము, బస్ లోపల స్టిక్కర్స్ అంటించడము, రైట్? సో దే విల్ డూ ఫ్రమ్ హిస్ సైడ్ హిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అడ్వర్టైజింగ్ అండ్ మార్కెటింగ్. బట్ దోస్ పీపుల్ who came to the restaurant and eat the food and they will say it's excellent, what they will do? They will say to other friends, families, other relatives that a restaurant is open there in so and so colony, so have a try. So it is very excellent food, that the food is very excellent, the taste is very very good. So you are doing from your side the marketing and advertising, right? So as the new customer get attracted to the product for the first time, the sales soar, sales revenues automatically increase faster than the cost, and profit starts accruing. అర్థమైందా? So whenever the customer purchase item for the first time, right, and the sales soars, సేల్స్ రెవెన్యూస్ ఇంక్రీజ్. సో ఎప్పుడైతే సేల్స్ చప్పగా చల్లగా ఉన్న టైంలో ఆటోమేటిక్గా ద సేల్స్ విల్ ఇంక్రీజ్ ఫాస్టర్ దెన్ ద కాస్ట్ అండ్ ప్రాఫిట్ స్టార్ట్స్ అక్యూరింగ్. దిస్ ట్రెండ్ అట్రాక్ట్స్ ద అటెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద కాంపిటీటర్స్. సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఇలా ప్రాసెస్ జరిగింది అనుకోండి, దెన్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ యూ సీ రీసెంట్లీ డబుల్ హార్స్ మినపగుళ్ళు, some sort of brand said that for 1 kg you can make 100 idlis, right? For 1 kg you can make so and so vadas, so and so number of vadas. Then what happens? Automatically the people start thinking and purchase those products. At the time, what happens? This trends attracts the attention of the competitors. ఎవరైతే అదే ఫీల్డ్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫర్ పర్చేసింగ్ సామ్సంగ్, సో ద ప్రాఫిట్స్ ఆర్ వెరీ హై, దెన్ అటెన్షన్ టువర్డ్స్ ద అదర్ కాంపిటీటర్. రియల్మీ ఉన్నాడు, దెన్ హీ విల్ be attentive that okay, so we'll also start this type of advertising so that we'll also get business. Like this, the trends attracts the attraction of the competitors who release the similar product, copying the best features of the new product. is the rapid growth అనేది depends upon the advertising, depends upon the marketing strategies, depends upon the product results. The customer will get satisfied and purchase the product. Okay. Next, third one, maturity level, right? So when the maturity comes, whenever you are reaching to a some safe platform, then automatically maturity level comes. So then అప్పుడు మనము ప్రోడక్ట్ని తీసుకోవాలి. There is no need of telling the product, buy our product, see our product, marketing, give the advertisements of the product. Automatically, whenever the people got attracted and got uh, attracted to the product, then automatically, without any advertising, without any marketing, directly people come and purchase the product. That is a maturity level of a product. What happens at that time? At that time, the product will sit at one position. And sit at one position means it will be in a safe zone that I successed, right? My product is success. Automatically, the customer will comes. When the product sales growth slows down, it is called maturity, right? It is called maturity. During the slowdown, the industry as a whole suffers from overcapacity. At this stage, the firms tend to attract the customers away from their competitors through cheaper prices and larger promotional efforts and outlay. Those who cannot afford such large promotional outlay and woe customers of the competitors, right? So this is a maturity level. So whenever you are purchasing, whenever so whenever you are seeing the maturity, whenever you are seeing the success of any product, success of a product, then automatically what it will do. So every component or every service or every goods has some sort of maturity and declinity, right? So whenever there is a over capacity of a product, or whenever the customers are attracting towards the other company's product, then what the manufacturer or the distributor will do, he will reduce the price of the product which is already successful in the market and go for the promotional efforts. That's why if you see any big garment shop like Trends, like your other Mebas or other US Polo or Twills, like this showrooms, what they will do. So at certain point of time, they will go for discount sale. So at certain point of time, they will not keep any discount. Everything is MRP. At certain point of time, they will go for the promotional activities. They will keep so ప్రోడక్ట్ అయ్యే ఖర్చు కంటే ప్రమోషనల్ ఖర్చు అయ్యేది ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది, రైట్? సో ప్రోడక్ట్ ఖర్చు కంటే ప్రోడక్ట్ ఖర్చు కంటే ప్రమోషనల్ యాక్టివిటీస్కి చేసే ఖర్చు ఎక్కువ. వై దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ లైక్ దట్? వై? బికాస్ దే హ్యావ్ టు సెల్ ఇన్ వాల్యూమ్. సో మనకి వాల్యూమ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది, రైట్? ప్రోడక్ట్ ఒక 10 ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, సో దానికి ఎక్కువ ప్రమోషన్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. వై? బికాస్ విల్ బీ ఇన్ లాస్. వెన్ ఆర్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్స్ ఆర్ ఇన్ వెరీ హై వాల్యూమ్, చాలా చాలా ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, మోర్ దెన్ lakhs and thousands, then we have to keep some large promotional efforts. That's why if you see outside, everywhere you can see banner, right? Everywhere you can see banner. Purchase my goods, purchase our material, purchase our sarees, purchase our shoes, purchase our scooters, like that. Why? Because they will go some sort of promotional activity so that the purchaser, the consumer will attract to the product at any point of time and he will purchase the item. So what they will do, they will reduce the profit at this point of time. So during the rapid growth, they will not reduce the profit. At maturity level, the buyers will reduce the profit. So అక్కడ 80% సంపాదించాడు అనుకోండి ప్రాఫిట్. సో whenever during the maturity time, they will go with the 60% profit only. In some cases, they will go for flat. So వాళ్ళకి వచ్చిన రేటుకి పడిన రేటుకి if the material goes out, that is great. So they will say some thought like this. So మాకు పడిన రేట్ వస్తే చాలు, so we should not go in a loss. They will say that type of philosophies. Next, saturation. So when the sales growth slows down to zero, such a stage is called saturation. This size of market does not increase beyond the stage. In other words, old customers who have stopped buying the product replace any new customer entering the market. So ఇక్కడ saturation means coming maximum to the zero level. Saturation అయిపోయింది అంటే డ్రై అయిపోయింది అనమాట. ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ డ్రై ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్. సో డ్రై అయిపోయిందని ఎప్పుడు తెలుస్తుంది? వెన్ ఆర్ ద ఓల్డ్ కస్టమర్స్ హూ ఆర్ addicted or who are having the habit of purchasing the item ఎప్పుడైతే వాళ్ళు స్టాప్ చేశారో and are entering into the other product or a new customer entering into the market, at that time we can say that the product comes to the saturation level. All the sales are simply replacement sales. All the sales are simply replacement sales or repeated purchases by the same customers. So that is nothing but the saturation level, right? Last one is fifth stage is the decline stage. Okay, so when the sales of the product tends to fall, when the sale of a product tends to fall, such a stage is called decline stage. When a product ceases to satisfy the customer needs in relation to the available in the market, there is no more preferred. For example, if you see this type of thing in the celebrities also, మూవీ సెలబ్రిటీస్లో కూడా ఎప్పుడైతే ఒక హీరో ఆర్ హీరోయిన్ మెల్లిగా తక్కువ సినిమాలు చేసుకుంటూ మార్కెట్లో కనబడకుండా లాస్ట్కి క్లోజ్ అయిపోయింది అనుకోండి, దెన్ వీ కెన్ సే దట్ ద హీరో ఆర్ హీరోయిన్ గాట్ క్లోజ్డ్, మార్కెట్ లేదు, రైట్? సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ఎనీ old hero, not old hero, if you take any decline hero who already succeeded in those times. For example, if you take Tarun, hero Tarun already is a success hero. If you take now as a Tarun as a hero in a big films, nobody will see Tarun. Why? Because it is faded out. Right or wrong? It is faded out. So in this way, the garments also. In this way, the garments also, or the phones also, or your shoes also. But one thing you can say, in any this type of fast moving consumer goods, so you are having a repetition of the cycle. ఒకప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు? సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ ఎ సైక్లిక్ ప్రాసెస్, రైట్? ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇస్ ఎ సైక్లిక్ ప్రాసెస్. సో ఒక 1980s వచ్చిన డ్రెస్ ఐటమ్ మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ తిరిగి తిరిగి మళ్ళీ కొత్తగా చేంజ్ చేసుకొని మళ్ళీ సేమ్ ఐటమ్ ఇట్ యూ ఆర్ గెటింగ్ ఇన్ ద 2020s. అంటే ఆఫ్టర్ 40 years, రైట్? 1980s to 2020, after 40 years the same item you are getting with different size, with different features and different price. So again the people will tend to attract this type of products. That is the other scenario. But decline means whenever the same product, మీకు ఒక 6 months ముందు వచ్చిన ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? పాతబడిపోతుంది. ఇప్పుడు మీరు దాన్ని తీసుకెళ్ళి పెద్ద ప్రోమోస్ వేసినా కూడా నోబడి విల్ పర్చేస్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్, రైట్? సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు సామ్సంగ్ J2 ఆర్ J5 సిరీస్, J7 సిరీస్ని మీరు ప్రమోట్ చేశారనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ ఫూలిష్నెస్. వై? బికాస్ నౌ ద సామ్సంగ్ M సిరీస్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ట్రెండ్, right? Like this, when our product ceases to satisfy the customer needs in relation to the available in the market, there is no more preferred. So as a result, what happens? Its competing products offering superior benefits take over the market. So what happens? The result, it competing products. So ఇప్పుడు Samsung లోనే మీకు సిరీసెస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో J series, M series, like this. So same company అయినా కూడా you will not go for the old series. Why? Because the promotions are like that. సో ఎప్పుడైతే J సిరీస్ కంటే ఎక్కువ బెనిఫిట్స్ ఆఫర్ చేస్తున్న M సిరీస్ తీసుకున్నారు అనుకోండి, ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ఇట్ టేక్ ఓవర్స్ ద మార్కెట్ ఆఫ్ ద J సిరీస్. దిస్ లీడ్స్ టు ద వీకెండ్ ప్రాఫిటబిలిటీ, రైట్? So that's why if you see any supermarket or any garment shop, even though they are having number of items in the market, they will show only particular product. They will keep in the front or they will keep in the small lightings and they will purchase. Why? It is coming, it is a new product in the market, even though they have the same series old thing. Why? Because the profit margin is high. The profit margin is high for those upcoming series. But instead of seeing the upcoming lighting వేసి మొత్తం అది ఇది డిజైన్ చేసి పెట్టిన ప్రోడక్ట్ కంటే, if you ask the old series based upon your satisfaction and experience, they will say that this is new series, come and watch or come and buy. No, I need only old series product only. So directly he will take and give it. Why? He gets less profit. Why? Because మార్కెట్ లేదు అక్కడ. మార్కెట్ లేనప్పుడు ఏం జరుగుతుందో తక్కువ ప్రైస్కి కోట్ చేస్తారు. దట్స్ వై ఇఫ్ యూ సీ ద సేమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఎనీ ఓల్డ్ హీరోయిన్ లైక్, నాట్ ఓల్డ్ హీరోయిన్, ఎనీ ఫేడ్ అవుట్ హీరోయిన్ లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ సీ many heroes like many heroines like Ghazala or many heroines like some other ex heroines. ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళని they will ask for to act as a heroine. Simply they will say, now the people will see my face or not, right? Then they will go for very less remuneration, right? So like this leads to the weekend of the profitability. So that is a decline stage. So if you see the simply a diagram of this one, whatever they show in the first initial thing, the sales versus time. Introduction phase slowly increases. So growth stage, maturity stage, and decline stage, saturation and decline stage. Like this also you can draw the figure, right? So or else you can draw this figure also. If you get any question in the this third unit, that is like what is a product cycle, explain the product cycle. Annappudu you can draw any graph. There is no wrong in drawing only one graph. You can draw any graph. సో ఏ గ్రాఫ్ అయినా వేయండి, బట్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్లో టైం రిప్రజెంట్ చేయండి, వై యాక్సిస్లో సేల్స్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేయండి. ఒక ఒక హారిజాంటల్ లైన్ వేసి ఒక మౌంటైన్ లాగా ఒక ఆర్క్ వేసి మళ్ళీ కిందకి తగ్గించేసేయండి. దెన్ ఇట్ విల్ షోస్, దెన్ యూ కెన్ సే introductory phase, early growth, rapid growth, maturity, saturation, decline. But in some graphs, in some other textbooks or references, you can see saturation a concept under. But you can write the saturation. Nothing happens. Everything is correct, right? So you can draw that graph, or you can draw this graph, right? So maturity decline majlo saturation ఉంటుంది. You can draw that one also. There is no problem. So ఇక్కడ కూడా you are having different concepts, x-axis, y-axis. Stage 1, research and development, nothing happens. Stage 2, introduction. Stage 3, growth. Stage 4, maturity. Stage 5, decline. So there is no problem of drawing any graph regarding the product life cycle. Okay na? Innovator stage 1, early adapters, early majority, late majority, Lagrange. So these are some technical words where they are using, but మీరు సింపుల్గా ఒక గ్రాఫ్ వేసి స్టేజెస్ చూపించారంటే that is far more enough, right? So you can see this type of simple thing also, right? So the product sales, the time, the introduction phase, the growth phase, the maturity phase, and the decline phase, right? సో దీన్ని ఇంకొంచెం ఎక్కువ అనాలిసిస్ చేసినప్పుడు ద ఆడియన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుంది, ఎర్లీ అడాప్టర్స్, మెయిన్ స్ట్రీమ్, లేట్ అడాప్టర్స్. సో కొంతమంది ఇక్కడే కొనేస్తారు, గ్రోత్ ఉన్న టైంలోనే కొనేస్తారు. డిక్లైన్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ ఈ ద ల్యాండ్ రేట్స్ ఆల్సో, ఇంట్రొడక్షన్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఎక్కడో మూరోతల ఎక్కడో అవుట్స్కట్స్లో మీరు ల్యాండ్ స్టార్టింగ్ ఇనిషియల్గా ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ చేయాలన్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ దానికి బేసిక్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ జరుగుతుంది, రైట్? సో కొంతమందికి వెన్ దే నో దట్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ గుడ్ డిమాండ్ ఇన్ ద ఫ్యూచర్, at the growth stage only they will purchase the product. So maturity level ko vachin tarvata it will be 50 to 50. Whenever it is declining, again we have to see that the growth is very slowing down. So we have to see the product purchasing at the introductory and the growth level only. Next, market. Small market, slowly growing market, large market, contracting. Taggipotundi market anedi target again will not become small, it will contract. సక్సెస్ అయ్యింది ప్రోడక్ట్, రైట్? మెచ్యూరిటీ at growth level లో సక్సెస్ అయ్యింది మెచ్యూరిటీ లెవెల్లో. బట్ ఎవ్రీ ప్రోడక్ట్, ఎవ్రీ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ ఈజ్ హ్యాస్ టు మేక్ రౌండ్, అంతే కదా? ఎవ్రీ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ ఒక స్టేజ్ హ్యావింగ్ 100 years of 100 years life, ఆర్ నవ్ డేస్ యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 60 years లైఫ్ సైకిల్. ద సేమ్ వే ప్రోడక్ట్ కూడా, ప్రాఫిట్స్ కూడా యూఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఏ లైఫ్ సైకిల్, రైట్? నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద మార్కెట్ అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద సేల్స్ అన్నప్పుడు స్టార్టింగ్ లో సేల్స్, వెరీ హై సేల్స్, జస్ట్ ఫ్లాట్ అయ్యే సేల్స్, నాట్ మోడరేట్ సేల్స్. నెక్స్ట్ కాంపిటీషన్ ఇనిషియల్ డేస్లో స్లోగా ఉంటుంది, మెల్లిగా మోడరేట్ అవుతుంది, హై అండ్ అగైన్ మోడరేట్. నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ద బిజినెస్ ఫోకస్. బిజినెస్ ఫోకస్ మీన్స్ అవేర్నెస్ చూపించాలి, మీన్స్ యూఆర్ గో ఫర్ ప్రమోషనల్ యాక్టివిటీస్. మార్కెట్ షేర్ తెలిసిపోతుంది గ్రోత్ జరిగినప్పుడు. కస్టమర్ రిటెన్షన్ జరుగుతుంది, హౌ మచ్ ద కస్టమర్ ఈస్ విత్ స్టాండింగ్ విత్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ ట్రాన్సిషన్ జోన్ జరుగుతుంది. Next, design focus. Design focus, you are having slowly tuning the customer, scaling of the product, giving support to the customer, and slowly it is transition. So whenever you get a question, what are the major factors? What are the factors? What are the factors of life cycle? What are the factors associated with the product life cycle? Annappudu, these are the factors, right? These are the factors. Audience. Okay, these are the factors. ఆడియన్స్, మార్కెట్, సేల్స్, కాంపిటీషన్, బిజినెస్ ఫోకస్ అండ్ డిజైన్ ఫోకస్. సో ఇవన్నీ మీరు యూ కెన్ ఓమిట్, జస్ట్ గ్రాఫ్ని చూసి they are giving some scale. But if they ask define product life cycle annappudu, the product life cycle means the product is having a limited capacity, right? So the product life cycle is used for all types of products, commodity products, any type of products, right? So generally the way the life cycle is having 5 types of stages, that is introductory, early growth, rapid growth, maturity, saturation, and decline అని చెప్పి ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఒక్కొక్క లైన్ వేసేసి you can close it. Or if they ask in the part B main big questions అడిగాడు అనుకోండి, then you have to write in detail and what are the factors are అనుకోండి, sales, markets, sales, market, competition, focus, design focus, business focus, audience focus, like this you have to write the factors. Understood? So this is the simple concept of the product life cycle. PLC, product life analysis kuda undi, PLA, life cycle analysis. That is other concept, but there is no need right now. There is no need right now. Okay. Next one, if you see the marketing strategy. Marketing strategy. So if you see here, you are having the sales, you are having the business plan, you are having the idea, you are having the communication, you are having the accounts, you are having the technical details, the audience. So for every marketing, all these things should be keep in mind, right? For every marketing of any product or service, so you have to keep all these technical aspects into mind before going for the marketing. You should have a good business plan, right? You should have a good business plan. So you should have a good idea generation, right? Good idea. You should have a good competition or good awareness with the investors, those who are investing in your business. Next, you should have a good accountability, right? What is the income? What is the profit of the product? What is it? How much tax you have to pay? What are the expenses? It is done like this. Next one, you have to go for the settings. You have to go for the settings. Next one, you have to see the how much, what are the various types of target audience. Then you have to see the product. Then you have to see the product, the service, and the relationship in between the sales and the jarigindi. So like this, you are having some marketing strategies whenever you are entering into the market. Next, marketing strategy. The same thing, the same figure, just I am giving the overall view. So planning of a process, managing how you are doing, offline integration, traffic building. Traffic building means two flow. So ఇది మీరు అనుకుంటే ఇది customers. You should have a two-way traffic. Next, showing in the social media, optimizing wherever you are getting high cost, cutting the cost. Conversion analysis depends upon the market scenario, website design, right? So like this, you are having various strategies whenever you are implementing any product or services. So today, nowadays, you will see a buzzing word like startups. స్టార్టప్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, సింపుల్గా జస్ట్ ఒక బిజినెస్ ప్లాన్ అంతే. సో దాన్ని టెక్నికల్గా సౌండ్గా పలకడానికి స్టార్టప్స్ అంటున్నారు. ఎవ్రీ స్టార్టప్ రిక్వైర్స్ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్, రైట్? బిఫోర్ getting in the reality world, you have to keep all these things in the mind. Simple, just these are the images what I want to show you, right? So these are the images what I want to show you. So you are having target groups, you are having online marketing, savings time, understanding potentials, optimal. So ఇది మీకు ఎగ్జామ్లో రాదు, బట్ ఆల్సో నాట్ ఇన్ ద సిలబస్, నాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇన్ ద సిలబస్, బట్ ఐఎమ్ షోయింగ్ యూ స్ట్రాటజీ అంటే ఎలా ఉండాలి. సో యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ ద ప్రమోషన్స్, సోషల్ మీడియా ఉండాలి, మనీ ఉండాలి, ఇన్నోవేషన్స్ జరగాలి, టీం వర్క్ ఉండాలి, స్ట్రాటజీ ఉండాలి. స్ట్రాటజీ అంటే ఒక లాంగ్ టర్మ్ ప్లానింగ్ అనమాట. టెక్నాలజీ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి, అనాలిసిస్ ఉండాలి, రైట్? రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. దిస్ ఆల్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ద మార్కెటింగ్ technology, right? So I will stop here. So we'll discuss the last topic in this topic is performance management. We'll discuss in the tomorrow's class, right? So have a nice day. Wishing you happy Dasara. Have a nice day. So once this video is uploaded in the YouTube channel, I will forward this link to your WhatsApp group. Later you can send to other students also.